Yeah, you come to Spain and this is a beautiful country, and you dream about traveling around, going to north, south, discovering, and then suddenly you're being locked down. Then it has been a tough moment. But then actually we found our way with my wife. We start to cook. And we start to enjoy, yes, we start to enjoy in one way or the other. We say, okay, the situation is as it is, so let's make the best out of it. And then my wife was like, okay, what would you like? And I was like, okay, let's try this. And now we were like together cooking. We had a very good rhythmus because we have our son Dara was born right before the COVID. So we had a very nice rhythmus that I was preparing things, and then my wife was taking care of Dara, and then we were changing, and then we were actually assisting her while she was cooking. So it has been a nice time, I have to say. I think it is important to start the moment that I met with retail. That is, I think, interesting. That my father, when I was around 10, 11, he decided to take me to a carpet shop and said, I think it is good to learn something for yourself. And then I was like going to school as like any other kid, but then on my free times going to this carpet shop, and my duty was to clean. But then I really discovered much more there, because there where we were, we had some tourists coming for historical places. Then they were also interested in the handcrafts, the carpet and all these local art, I would say. And then I was then working there, and I suddenly discovered people coming and talking other languages. It was like, my God, what a nice thing. So I'm quite a curious person. I think this is something we can put aside. If you say, what brought you to here? I can say I'm so curious and I'm so hungry to learn. That is, I think, the engine of, waking up in the morning and wanting to do something more. So I have discovered that there are other languages, other cultures and so on, and then I wanted to learn more about it, and then I started to learn French as first, yes, and then doing it by yourself, by actually saving from whatever I had, this little money you get, investing in this book and learning French. But then I think I got much more than that. I got that I can do anything if I want, even if there is no school to learn a language, even if you don't have that much money, you can do with what you have a lot. And after that, my father was the one that was saying again, there is no any more tourists in this region because of the Gulf War. Let's open a shop in South, which, I mean, you have really no money. And then how do you do that? And with his entrepreneurial spirit and also his way of gaining trust by people, that the way he was related to so many people or connecting with people have made us possible that we could get from the nomads 100 approximately 70 carpets, and then move to Antalya and there find our way to rent a shop, even though we didn't have money to pay the rent. So I was in the construction, but I was always looking for a retail job. And then luckily, one day I had the opportunity to apply for a job in a supermercado kind of store with food and so on, but they also had a little carpet. Yeah, so it was like, my God, this is exactly where I want to be. And then I went to the HR for the interview. In the interview, you know, somebody comes, cannot speak German or very little.
Yeah.
And then you are in retail, you have to face the customer. So the HR, HR was saying, I'm sorry, you don't speak my language, but also you have not been studying here, because in Switzerland, you study being salesperson, you study being a back, so you have a kind of education for that. So you don't speak the language and you don't have the right education for it, and I think that I was quite convincing that I have retail in blood, and that I can say I love it.
Yeah.
But one day a headhunter said, I think you would fit to IKEA, and then I didn't know much.
Then is when you started your
And then,
way.
exactly, and then I was like, okay, be open and go. And then when I was in this HR room, actually I met two friends.
Okay.
They were two senior IKEA managers, but I met two friends. They were so informal, human, caring. It was like a nice talk, and out of this nice talk, it has become an employment. And even though I was happy with the other place, but I really consciously decided to come for IKEA, and then started as sales leader. And then after some time, and then I was always every second year doing something more with the sales leadership. Then I went to the store, which is fantastic. It is amazing to be in the store, facing the customers, having this, feeling of being a family.
Yeah.
In our stores we have an atmosphere of togetherness, and then started as a sales manager. Then I became a store manager. Afterwards, store manager, and always actually taking a bit more and testing and trying things and growing day by day, being curious of learning, taking decision and failing and sometimes succeeding. So it's all important. And I could find this environment at IKEA that it is accepted. That I can be me and I can do things like it was my environment, it's my store. It was always mine, and it is always mine.